Hi, I'm Angela, and welcome to the second episode of the NewyKnits podcast. I'm coming to you from Newcastle in New South Wales, and it's a pretty hot day today, so I might be a little bit sweaty and yucky, so I apologise for that. And I know it's been a few months since I last recorded, but I'm back, and let's get into it. So I finished a few things over the uni break, Christmas break. First off, I have my brother's stroll tweed socks. I didn't get them finished for his birthday, and I thought he probably won't need them until winter now, so at least I've got them ready for when it does get cold and it's not 30 degrees outside. They turned out really nice, and they actually softened up quite a fair bit in the wash, so I think he'll really like them come winter time. That's his. I knit his girlfriend a pair as well in NewyKnits Felici in the Captain Nemo colourway, and they turned out really nice. I really like the colour progression. It's another really nice soft yarn from NewyKnits, and I have lots of NewyKnits Felici actually, so I'm looking forward to knitting up more of my Felici stash this year. Then I made some socks for my mum. They were out of an experiment colourway by Lammy Toes, who I think is an American dyer. And I'd had this yarn for quite a while, and the sock was just sitting there unfinished in my project bag, so I thought I had better get cracking. So I managed to finish those. I think I called them my scrambled egg socks because they reminded me of scrambled eggs and spinach, and so I can now give those to her. I think they'll fit her okay, but we'll just see how we go. Oh no, I've got one more. I finished one sock, a man's sock. It is made out of Regia tweed, which I had never knit with before, but it's actually a really nice tweed because it has all different coloured flecks through it. It has orange and green and red, and I think they're going to be nice and sturdy come winter time. So yeah, I just have to get cracking with the second sock for that one, but that can wait a little while. I'm in no hurry for that one. Yeah, that one turned out quite nice. So I have works in progress here, and then I have acquisitions here. I'm not going to buy any more yarn this year because I went a bit crazy last year, and I need to save up for a holiday that I'm having at the end of the year, so that's going to be it. I'm just going to knit from stash for the rest of the year. No more yarn for me. So I'm making a friend some black socks. His name's Ben and he's from New Zealand, so obviously he went for all blacks socks. I've only done one so far, but because it's going to be a size 11 men's sock, I don't think I'm going to have enough black yarn, and I don't have any more because I don't normally knit with black. So I'm thinking I made another friend, Sarah, some orange socks, so I might use the orange from her leftover socks just to put at the end. So I'm going to measure 50 grams of knitting, and then once I've knit 50 grams, I'll just do orange to the rest of the foot, like to the toe and decreases, and then I'll do the same for the second sock, just to make sure I have enough yarn to finish his socks. But again, they're not until winter, so I have plenty of time to finish those, but I really want to get them done so I can move on to something a little bit more colourful. That's my mermaid bag. This yarn is from New Zealand. It's by Stray Cat Socks. Whoop, camera. There. And it's had really cute packaging. I think I had bought it because it kind of reminds me of McDonald's, the Macca's colourway, and every time I knit with it, I kind of do want McDonald's, so I have to resist. I've heard a few complaints that it's a little bit splitty, and it actually is when you knit with it, so I'm not sure if I would buy this yarn again, but it's been fun knitting with it, but I don't know if I would buy it again just because it does split quite a bit when you're knitting with it. I'm getting sweaty already. This isn't good. I bought some, gosh, what's the brand name? Retrosaria Mondium sock yarn, and it's 100% Portuguese wool, and I think it's a non-superwash wool. But when I bought it, the picture had a lot of fluoro pink on it, so I was a little bit disappointed when I actually received it, and there's no pink in there at all. It's just kind of this motley cream, black, and green. So that was a little bit disappointing. But it's different working with a different textured wool, because I'm just used to working with superwash merino and nylon. So it's nice to knit with something different. I'm not sure if it's going to felt because it's non-superwash. It's really an adventure seeing what this sock yarn will turn out like when it's finished. I think I'll give them to my mum because she'll wear whatever I knit for her. She loves everything I make, which is really nice. So I think that she'll get some use out of that in the winter time. But yeah, just a little bit disappointed with the colours of that. And I know it's hand dyed, but try and make it look at least a bit like the picture if you're going to advertise, you know, a certain colourway. That's that. I bought a couple of Fat Squirrel bags because I just really love her project bags. They're really good quality. I love the fabrics that she uses, and I was on a training day and I actually escaped out of it for 5 to 10 minutes to snag these online. So they're her Halloween bags. It's a sweater bag, obviously, or a jumper bag, and that's the sock bag. So in my little sock bag, I have some socks for mum. My mum really loves skein sock yarn. It's really nice and soft, and her favourite pair of favourite pair of socks was sock that I made using skein yarn. So I found some on D-Stash. It's a really interesting colourway, and it is called, that's the tag, it's called Scandal. It's 80% merino, 20% cashmere. It's hand wash only, but they are so soft. And then for the heel, I've just done some Knit Pick Stroll in, I think it's marine blue or something like that, but I think it ties well together with the bits of blue that are in that sock yarn. So I haven't worked on those in a little while, but I'll get back to knitting with them because the yarn is just beautiful. And I think her name is Kristen the Dyer, or Kirsten, and she lives up near Coffs Harbour, so only a few hours north of here, and she has a really successful business, so good on her for making beautiful sock yarn. I just had to cut there. My neighbours were being a little bit loud. I was just saying this is another Fat Squirrel bag, and I really like it because it has this really cute bear just there. I'm knitting my niece some rainbow socks, and this is some sock yarn I got when I was visiting my best friend in America. It is really nice and chunky, like it's a really hefty sock yarn, which I really like. That's it there. Oh, upside down. It's called Wildfoot, hand painted by Brown Sheep Company in Mitchell, Nebraska, in the USA. It says moth-proofed, and I don't know how you moth-proof wool, but they've done it apparently, so good on them. It's 75% washable wool, 25% nylon, and the colourway is rock and roll. And it's a really fun rainbow colourway. And hopefully she'll like those. I'm knitting her another pair of rainbow socks in Knit Picks Felici, the rainbow colourway, but I don't know where I've put them, so that will have to do for the time being. And then one of my newest acquisitions is this beautiful Rifle Paper Company project bag, and I got that from I Heart You. I saw her Instagram post with this on it, and I just thought, oh my gosh, that's stunning. I'm going to have to get that bag, which I did. And it's cool because you can roll it down and kind of make it like a sock bucket, which I am yet to do. Well, use it as a bucket, but you can. And I bought the Cat Sandwich Fibres advent calendar for last year, which was a lot of fun. I've never had an advent calendar sock yarn before, and each day opening up the new colourway, it was really fun. it was pretty expensive, especially because it was in US dollars plus the shipping. So I don't know if I would do it again. It was fun to do it as a once-off, and maybe if I found an Australian indie dyer that did advent calendars, then I would purchase one from them, but I don't think I would do an American dyer. I mean, it's beautiful and it's fantastic, but just because of the costs, I really need to be a bit more frugal this year. But this is stunning. It's the Cat Sandwich Fibers Vintage Ornaments colourway. It's just beautiful. And I have started to knit some socks. It's my little Bobbins DPN cozy, but as you can see, it's only just the start. But it's been fun to have a bit of a break from knitting black socks to knitting with just this beautiful burst of colour. Cat Sandwich Fibers. So I think that's all that I'm knitting on at this point in time. I've got another month off before I have to start back at uni, which is good, so I'm going to try and knit as much as I can in that time because it's going to be a pretty full-on year. I'm only doing one subject per semester, but the subject that I'm doing is quite, it takes a lot of time and energy, so I'm going to knit as much as I can for this next month. Alright, so to get over to this pile of goodness, I went to Fiberfest, which is a festival of yarn and spinning wool, I suppose, and it's held in Singleton, which is probably just an hour from here, and it's held in a beautiful old convent up there, and they have a lot of really amazing yarn dyers who are selling their wares there, and the grounds are just beautiful. I did a little video, I think it was about 10 minutes long or something like that, if you wanted to have a bit of a look at what the festival looks like. I went there with my mum and we had a really great day, so I would recommend you go to that. But I did buy quite a bit, so here we go. This was a present from my mum for me. It's the Courier kit from Blackwattle Yarn. It's alpaca, and I bought it to make Amber O'Brien's Courier shawl. Courier? I'm not sure how you say it, but they had that there, and I just love those colours. So I can't wait to ball that up and get cracking on that. I really want to make a start on that in the next couple of weeks. Gosh, I'm so sweaty. This is not good. I bought some fibre there as well because I bought a secondhand spinning wheel. I haven't really used it much so far, but I thought it would be fun to have some yarn to practice with. And I got this in felt fine. It was a scrappy bat. I've never spun from a bat before. I'm not really sure how to do it, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. And if not, I'll just have lots of fun with this rainbow fibre. And I also bought some of her, it's kind of like, if you can imagine, sticky tape, I suppose. No, that's not a good way to describe it. This sort of stuff. I don't know how to say what it is, but it looks like it would be quite easy to spin. And it kind of reminded me of, the toffee apples that you used to have at school. I was addicted to those. So I know it doesn't have any green in the middle, but that just looks like a pile of fun to spin. So I will hopefully get started on that in the new year and figure out how to spin properly. So now to move on to a little bit some other things that I have purchased. I bought this one at Fiberfest as well. It is Fibre Lily, who is, I think she's a local dyer. I think she's from New South Wales. I'm not sure exactly where she's from, but this is the sherbet colourway in a swish sock, which is 85% extra fine merino and 15% nylon. And the lady at the stand, I thought she was the yarn dyer, and I was like, can you help me find a colourway? And it was actually Bob Evans, who is a really popular crocheter on YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to make some pretty socks with that. speckly goodness, and that'll be fun to use. Jinx yarn stopped dyeing yarn, and so I managed to catch some self-striping yarn of hers before she closed her shop. And this is a really fun, bright colourway. It's called C137, which I think is a radioactive isotope. I'm not 100% sure, and I probably should have looked it up before I recorded this. So that's going to be really fun to make, and I think I might have to keep these socks because they're so fun. I don't wear my hand knit socks very often, I get really hot, but I think I'm definitely going to keep these ones because of how much fun the yarn is. So yeah, it's sad that she's stopped dyeing, but you know, I think it's for some health reasons. So when it's your health, that's the most important thing, and you need to listen to your body. I treated myself to some Republic of Wool yarn, and she's probably one of my favourite indie dyers of all time. Her colourways are just stunning. I love every single one of them, and I've been trying to get her Grand Budapest colourway for quite a while now, but I can never seem to snag any. So this is like the closest to it that I could nab, and the colourway is called Truth Ray. It's on her flossy fingering base, and it's 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. And it's just stunning. Like, look at that. Beautiful. I'm not sure what I'm going to make. I was thinking a shawl, but I'm not sure how it's going to knit up. So maybe some socks, but I'm just going to bask in the glory that is the Republic of Wool sock yarn. I'm just going to look at it for a couple of months and then decide what to do with it. I have a bad habit of going on the Australian Knitters Ravelry group and looking at their D-stash section, and I've had to unsubscribe from it because I just end up buying too much wool and I can't keep doing that. So, but I'd like to think that I won D-stash gold and that I found a skein of caterpillar green yarns in her, I think it's Concrete and Tulips colourway. It's her, yeah, Concrete and Tulips. It's 599 meters, 80% superwash merino wool and 20% nylon, and it's a shawl striping colourway. So if you've not seen any of this yarn knit up, then I'd recommend you have a look at Ravelry, because somehow she's calculated mathematically the rainbow stripes of a shawl to the exact length that it should be knitting up, so you don't have to do any brain work at all. It just knits up beautifully. So I'm really excited to try that. That's her card. I think she's now called Gauge Dye Works, so she's changed her name. I'm pretty sure she still makes this colourway, but I haven't seen it in a really long time on her website. So when I found it on D-stash, I was like, heck yes, I'm buying that. And I managed to snag it, which I'm really happy about. So I'm definitely going to knit that up this year. I think in a shawl for myself, because I've wanted that for so long. My friend Amanda has done me quite a few favours lately, so I said I would knit her a campside shawl and asked her what colourway she wanted. She wanted kind of like a dark blue, so I found this Malabrigo worsted, which is just a glorious yarn to work with. It's so soft and squishy, and I bought 5 skeins. I don't think I'm going to need that many, but you can never have too much Malabrigo worsted. And the colourway is called Tuareg. I don't know what that reference is, but it's just beautiful. It's so squishy. I really love working with this yarn, so I'm going to have fun. I think I'll knit her this shawl in winter because it's just too hot to knit it now. And that's again my Fat Squirrel Halloween bag, which is really fun. I might squish these up a little bit. So this is the Cat Sandwich Fibers advent calendar. It looks a bit, I feel like I'm treating it bad by keeping it in this plastic bag, but I'm not sure how else I can store it and not have any moths or anything get into it. But look at that. Like, every colour was just stunning. And I'm not really sure what to make with all these. I'm thinking one of the Amber O'Brien's like scrap yarn shawls or scrap yarn cows, but I think I wear shawls more than cows. So I'm going to have to decide what to make. Or I might just use them as heels and toes and socks. I'm not really sure, but they're just absolutely stunning. She's one of my favourite dyers of all time. So I felt super lucky to have these. But I spent too much money buying them. Oh well. NewyKnits had a sale and I bought this Stroll tonal mini pack, which was on sale. Oh, there we go. So I might make some strappy socks with those, which I think would turn out really nice. Yeah. And I really love Gabby of Once Upon a Corgi's podcast. I watch it whenever new episodes come out, and she makes some beautiful things. And her friend designed a shawl, called the Electric Love Shawl. And so I bought her Electric Love Shawl kit. And I don't normally go for these types of colours, but if you look up the shawl, it's this gorgeous brioche shawl, and the colourways just knit up so beautifully. I'll just open them up and tell you the colours. So there's 2 skeins of Blood Moon, and that's on her Tesla base, which is 70% superwash BFL, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. And it's, yeah, really different, but yeah, in the shawl it's beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful like this, but yeah, I just never really buy those colourways. And this one is called Like My Cold Dead Heart. And just a beautiful range of colours in that. And that's also on her Tesla base. So I did take a lesson in how to brioche knit, but I've forgotten it entirely, so I'll have to look it up again on how to do it. But that's Gabby Once Upon the Corgi's gorgeous yarn. And I'm really glad I got to support her business, because she does dye some beautiful colourways, and I really enjoy her podcast. So hopefully I will get cracking on those this year. Sorry, I'm just going to have some water because it's so hot. I did have ice in it, but it's all melted. So I went on a de-stash binge again. I don't know how I think it was in the Australian Knitters Sock Yarn, Australian Knitters de-stash page again. So I'll just go through what I bought. I've never tried Stranded Dye Works, so I bought the Stranded Dye Works Oasis. And the colours are really different. They kind of remind me of a tropical punch. You know, pineapples and strawberries. The colourway is called Heliograph, and that's her 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, her fingering weight. It's really pretty. So I've always wanted to try Stranded, so I'm glad that I got some of that. I also found some Lolo Did It on de-stash as well, and I know that Sarah of Love Sock Wool on her podcast, she knits a lot with this yarn, and it always looks beautiful with the socks that she makes. And this colourway is called Look at the Flowers, Lizzie, which I think is a Pride and Prejudice reference. Yeah, that's beautiful. So knit some socks with that. This was also on de-stash. NitPink's Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which is a American yarn sourced in Johnson County, WY, which I think is Wisconsin. And I've never knit with it before, and I'm wanting to make a beanie, but I'm not sure if I can knit one beanie with this yarn. So if anyone knows of a pattern which just calls for one skein of this, let me know in the comments. That would be really good. But I have a really big head, so I think I'll probably have to buy 2. But if anyone does know of a one skein wonder with this, please let me know. That would be great. I bought some more. Lolo did it. This wasn't on D-Stash. I got this from her website. It reminded me of the Xanadu movie like album cover, and I love Xanadu. But I think the sock set is called like Rock and Roll or something like that. I can't find it on there, but I think it is. And yeah, those colours are just stunning. So I'm gonna make some fun socks with those. Should be good. And then I bought some more Lolo did it. I think this one was on sale, and it's her Hippo for Paddy's, St. Paddy's 2018. But I used to live in Ireland for a little bit. I think it's P-A-double-D, not double T, because Patty is like Patricia, but Paddy is Patrick. I could be completely wrong, and please correct me if I am, but I think it should be Paddy's Day. But either or, it's still beautiful, and I'll still make some really pretty socks with it. I think for my dad. Gosh, there we go. Super pretty. And last but not least, my mum and dad went to Bellingen for a couple of days, and there's a yarn store there called, I forget what it's called, but it's really pretty, and you should definitely go there if you're in Bellingen. And I said to Mum, can you pick up a skein of sock yarn and I'll knit you some socks out of it? And she picked up this beautiful skein of hedgehog fibres in the Beach Bunny colourway. And it's completely different to what I thought she would pick, but I'm glad she did because it's just beautiful. And that is the 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon base. So yeah, that's about it. Hope everyone has had a great Christmas and New Year holiday and have been knitting to their heart's content. I will hopefully do another podcast in maybe a month or two, depending on how busy uni is and I have to do a few things for work. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Hottest 100 day. The countdown starts at midday, so I'm going to just listen to that under the air conditioner, I think, because it's going to be far too hot to do anything else. So happy knitting, and I will see you all again maybe in a month or two. Okay, thanks, bye.